Well, we are continuing to answer your good questions about the coronavirus. Here's Joe Chiodo.
As more and more people continue to test positive for coronavirus, more and more people are also interested in antibody testing. But just like the virus itself, there's also a lot to learn when it comes to how exactly those antibodies work. Here's what we know. COVID antibodies may be detectable in the first week after a patient is infected. They show who could now be immune to the virus and who could help fight the virus by donating blood to current patients. But when it comes to figuring out who has antibodies, well, it's tricky. One of our viewers asked, just how accurate is antibody testing? Can it be trusted? Just last week, the CDC put a notice on its website about this very question. It turns out antibody tests are wrong up to half the time. The CDC says they are not accurate enough to make policy decisions. It also warns healthcare providers to use the most accurate test they can find and to test people more than once. Now, the worry is especially strong for those at-home self-antibody tests. The risk of getting a false positive is high, especially the ones you might buy online. Health experts fear that this could trick people into thinking they are totally immune from the virus, even when they aren't. Our next question is about unemployment. One of our viewers asked if the weekly $600 payment for those who are unemployed will continue past July 31st. The $600 is known as the Federal Pandemic Unemployment Compensation Fund. It's a bonus on top of your unemployment pay. Here's what you need to know. The HEROES Act, passed by the House of Representatives, does include an extension for that payment. It would go all the way to January 31st, 2021. But it is facing major criticism from Republicans. Many, including Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, say it has no chance of ever becoming law. And here's why. Because that extra $600 weekly bonus is such a boost, many Americans are making more unemployed than if they were working full time. The government does worry if they extend that payment, it will deter people from getting back to work, which is what they want. Still, some sort of help in a second stimulus package of some sort or further help down the road will likely be coming. Just don't count on it being as much as you are getting right now. Joe Chiodo, KCTV5 News.
There is another proposal from Republicans being discussed right now. Rather than a $1,200 payout based on your previous year's income, this would be a $1,200 bonus given to those who re-enter the workforce. We'll keep you updated on what happens. And if you have a good question you want answered, just email Joe at goodquestion@kctv5.com.